And by the way, when we talk about preseason, it's officially behind us now, but the real action is ready to begin. And keep this in mind. Don't take any of it too seriously because we fall into this trap every preseason. Caleb Williams was supposed to light up the NFL. Marvin Harrison Jr. was going to be a Jamar Chase-like rookie. Kyron Williams with the Rams, we thought he was going to be a punt returner. He ended up getting 1,400 yards and $33 million contract in the offseason. The point is really simple with preseason. It's about evaluation, not prophecy. And it feels like we want to project. Now we got it all figured out. Man, Jackson Dart, he should be starting. Dylan Gabriel looked great. Maybe he should be the starter in Cleveland. We want to be the first to tell you something. And that's why I always say just use caution because the real story starts now on how good these guys are, how good these teams are. And I watched a lot of preseason football the last couple of days, and I still see a tendency with young quarterbacks. This isn't going to be a referendum on Shedeur Sanders, but I was watching him. What happens with quarterbacks when they come from the college ranks into the NFL? And I'll talk to Rick Neuheisel about this later because he played the position, coached the position in the NFL. These rookie quarterbacks tend to come in and they take longer to get the ball out of their hands. They think they have more time because in college you do. And in college, your guy stays open longer. They're open in the NFL. They just don't stay open very long. You can get away with a lot, and you get bad habits. I was listening to Brady Quinn, and Brady, the former Notre Dame quarterback, and I was listening to him this morning driving in, and he talked about how quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, already rule out one side of the field. When they go back to pass or they're in shotgun, they will turn their hips so their hips are pointing towards the offensive line. So now you've taken away the left side of the field, and you're also holding on to the ball. And this is what we saw this with Shedeur Sanders at Colorado. Yes, everybody talked about how bad the offensive line was, but now that's not the point here in the NFL. The point is you hold on to the ball too long. He holds on to the ball longer than any quarterback in preseason because you're waiting to make a play. You have to take your losses. You have to get rid of the football. And you get sacked 5 times, got pulled from the game, although I didn't understand that unless, and my source with the Browns said this to me, what if Kevin Stefanski wanted to see how Shedeur Sanders would react to getting benched in the final 2 minutes? And Shedeur tried to talk his way back into the lineup. So I don't know. Once again, this was being speculated to me by a source. And I said, okay, well, he did want to get back in. He didn't play well, but I don't know what kind of mind games you're playing. He just holds on to the ball too long. Dylan Gabriel, he gets the ball out in rhythm. And when you're playing at Oregon and quicker, and you saw that. Caleb Williams got the run of the place at USC with Lincoln Riley. Trying to make a play, hold on. You can't do that in the NFL. It's so quick, and you must react. And he, watching Shedeur, he had a guy his first read a couple of times, didn't throw. Once you go from your first to your second, and if you get to a third, chances are you're going to be on your back. And that's what I saw. That's what I see with these young quarterbacks. And they have to get rid of these bad habits. But when you go back to pass, you must stay with, your body facing the line of scrimmage because now the defense doesn't know if you're going to the left or the right. But they go back to pass, and then they've got their hips pointed towards the offensive line. Well, now you're not looking at the left side of the field. And I saw that a couple of times. But Dylan Gabriel has looked better than I think people are going to give him credit for. And I think Jackson Dart has played really well. But I'm not surprised with Jackson Dart. I thought midway through the season, I said, I'm getting a first-round grade on this guy. And he's played well. But I don't think he's ready to play right now. Shedeur's not ready to play, but he's probably still going to make the roster. We get caught up in, oh my gosh, I've got this figured out. And so many times we don't. And that showed once again this weekend, where you're watching somebody and you're saying, is that guy good? He was good last week, not this week. Well, are you playing against the first team defense? Are you playing with the starters? There's a lot that goes into it. And that's where I think we all want to go, I got that situation figured out.